of course, after the team parted ways with Kellen Moore. Jerry Jones confirmed those reports. Yes, indeed. He was talking to Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News yesterday. Take a listen.
This is the logical step to build on it and use what we've established, or if you will, the foundation of the wins we've got. This is a time for us to build on it, and that's what this is. This is a building step.
Offensively, will you keep the same offense, or will you go back to what Mike used to run in Green Bay?
It will be, I'm sure, with added nuances of the times, but more importantly, the personnel. But it will be, in principle, the way he operated in Green Bay, which I'm sure he'll tell you evolved.
All right, Skip, you've had some time to let this one marinate some. How are you feeling about this situation now?
Yeah, how you feel about it?
By the way, more Jerry hocus pocus, more phony baloney. I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. A building step. A building step? Where did that come from?
You like the hat Jerry wear? You like the hat?
I did kind of like the hat. You know? Made him look a little younger.
Yeah.
Okay. I did think about this last night, and it finally hit me just before I went to bed. You know what? Let's do this. Mike McCarthy, you are on.
Okay.
And you're on the hot seat because I want you to show us that all those years that you call plays for Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers will make you more qualified than Kellen Moore was. That all those years in Green Bay will allow you to take our offense with the Dallas Cowboys up a whole another level from Kellen Moore, who simply over his 4 years was second only to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid's offense in points scored and yards gained. Second over 4 years to Kansas City's offense. I want you, Mike, to show us. You're on. Yeah. You got us. Show us that you can make Dak Prescott a little better than Aaron Rodgers was the year that you went on that road wild card run to a Super Bowl. That was 12 years ago, right? Or, yeah, we're going 13. Let's call it 13 years ago. Show us you can do that, because I said the moment that this story broke, I told you, it's clear to me that Mike McCarthy just won the power struggle with Kellen Moore.
Right.
And Stephen Jones confirmed yesterday, yes, they had philosophical clashes. Well, duh, they were going to, because here came Mike McCarthy. Yeah, I want to be the Cowboy head coach. And Jerry and Stephen telling, you're going to be the head coach, but you can't have anything to do with the offense because we're going to keep Kellen Moore.
Right.
Well, I don't think he loved it. I think that was a tough pill for him to swallow. Right. And he had to sit there and watch Kellen Moore, and I'm sure behind closed doors, he began to say, let's try that. No, let's try. Right. How about, no, this is the way I do it, right?
Right.
Okay? So now you're on. And what I love about this is, this is going to speed a conclusion one way or the other about Mike McCarthy, because next year, you want to talk about a hotter and hotter seat? Every NFL Monday, I cannot wait to come in here and sit across from you and critique what Mike McCarthy called the day before, because he wanted this.
Right.
He won the power struggle. Philosophical differences. Kellen Moore is now coaching Justin Herbert with the Chargers. I told you right out of the box, I like the Chargers to win the AFC next year just because of that move right there.
Okay.
I'll be rooting for the Chargers because I root for Kellen Moore, because he was not the problem. My quarterback was the problem. Kellen Moore didn't miss a single throw at San Francisco. He called plays that had CD open deep twice, that had Michael Gallup wide open deep at the end of the game. Could have changed my life with one throw on the money, and it was way off the mark. So in the end, I'm saying, thank you, Jerry. You put your man, your new brother-in-law, Mike McCarthy, you put him on the hottest seat because we get to see if he can turn my offense into Green Bay's Super Bowl offense. Mike, are you going to be our catalyst? Are you going to be our missing ingredient? I say a big N-O to that. I say we will miss Kellen Moore, but I'm happy that Please Drop the Mike McCarthy is on the hottest seat because he got what he wanted, and I'm saying I'm going to sit back and critique. Here we go.
Well, Skip, I remember when he got the job, you was thinking, well, I wonder if he's going to, because at this time, I think Kellen Moore was interviewing for the head coaching job at Boise State.
Yep.
He was interviewing for some other jobs.
He did.
But he ended up coming back because I think you thought all along, okay, well, he's going to call the plays. But they said, no, we're going to keep it the same because Kellen Moore has been in Dak's ears for the last several years, and we don't want to.
And I thought Dak loved it, or Dak always just pledged allegiance to him. Go ahead.
So, but Skip, so when I look at it, okay, he called plays in Green Bay and he got fired. Do you think Dak Prescott right now is as good as Aaron Rodgers was at that point in time? No.
Which point? Like 2010? Like Super Bowl Aaron?
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP? This is a joke.
Skip,
Go ahead.
in 2018, Mike McCarthy went 6-9-1.
Yep.
They had Devontae Adams. Do you think CeeDee Lamb is the equivalent of Devontae Adams?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, they had Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams just rushed for 15 touchdowns. That year, Aaron Jones had 8 touchdowns, 782 yards. They also had Jimmy Graham, Randall Cobb, MVS, Robert Tonyan, and Mercedes Lewis.
You know what? That's loaded. That is.
And he went 6-9-1.
That's pretty special what you just described right there.
People don't realize how much talent Green Bay had.
That's a good
with
point.
Bakhtiari, with that offensive line. And he got fired calling plays. Okay, we're about to find out. Because I believe it had more to do with Aaron Rodgers than your play calling. Now you get an opportunity because I don't believe your quarterback is as talented as Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe your wide receiver is as good as Devontae. I don't believe the auxiliary pieces. Yeah, Pollard, but your bell cow back, the guy that you paying $16 million, look at what the guys that's in the Super Bowl, Skip. Look at their running backs. They play, I think Kansas City, I saw a stat, Kansas City playing their 3 running backs like $7-8 million. Philadelphia playing their running backs like $5-6 million.
Yep.
They paid Zeke $16 million. 2 teams in the Super Bowl, and their running backs don't cost as much as one of your backs that's in the cow at Dallas. Mike McCarthy, look, I don't believe it was Kellen Moore's fault. That last play in Seattle notwithstanding, I know it left a lot of it. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Zeke at center?
You mean in San Francisco?
In San Francisco, the last play they called it San Francisco. When Zeke was at
I mean,
center.
it was just an embarrassment. But I'll give him a pass on that.
But what about the other 4 years of calling plays where y'all got second in points and second in yards? At some point in time, your quarterback got the really good ones can overcome a bad play call. That's what the really good ones can do. You think Andy Reid is right on the money every time he calls a damn play for Patrick Mahomes?
Well, I got to tell you, about half the time, the best plays he makes are outside the pocket, just playing backyard football.
Yes.
Seriously.
But that's what the really good quarterbacks can do. That's not Kellen Moore's fault. That Dak had 7 straight games where he threw it directly to the other team. In 3 of those games, there were pick sixes. It's not his fault. But Jerry said a lot of things in his interview about they're going to draft a quarterback, but he got the utmost confidence in Dak, and the reason why we were here because of Dak. Yep. But I hate the fact that we didn't take a quarterback over the last couple of years. That don't sound like a guy that's really confident in his quarterback, Skip. I don't know how you read that. He said a lot of things about how we misread the team.
They're talking about taking another Dak in the 3rd or 4th round.
But he said how we misread the tea leaves. And we've seen a lot of the contenders over the last couple of years invest heavily and win it. Jerry, okay, you keep developing players, and in 28 years, you haven't been back to the NFC Championship game. If you just said that you have no idea the size of the check that I would write to win that Super Bowl one last time, you might want to try those other teams' way. Because they seem to be having success. You talk about, well, they pay for it down the road. You paying for it. You've been kicking the can down the road for 28 years, and they got a damn thing to show for it.
Okay, but how does he have local, like, inner circle bragging rights when he goes to dinner with his and Gene's friends in Dallas? What are his biggest bragging rights from? I run the draft.
Yes.
I have final say. I make the pick.
Right.
I picked CeeDee Lamb. It was my call.
He got the most valuable. His team is more valuable than the Eagles and the Rams and all these other teams. And Skip, that's why he can hang his hat and do it his way. There is no repercussions. He's still going to have the most valuable franchise. He's still going to serve the most merchandise. So what incentive, Skip, if I can do that, what incentive do I have to try and win the Super Bowl if I'm still going to do, you see what the Monday night game did? $40+ million. You do what the Thanksgiving Day game did?
The playoff
game.
Yes.
You see that? Skip, so what's my incentive?
Well, you know what's going to happen. And he can sell you right back. We just went 12-5 and 12-5.
Yeah.
And you know what I respond to? And what did you do against San Francisco twice?
Right.
2 years in a row. You laid 2 of the biggest eggs this franchise has ever laid in playoff games, back-to-back years against the same team.
I thought the ultimate goal, because you say you don't have your mortality, you've come in face-to-face with it, was to hold that trophy one more time. Look at it like you did Stephen when Gene gave birth to Stephen and Charlotte and Jerry Jr., the way you looked at that. Yep. I thought that's what you wanted to do. But if you okay with 12-5, if you okay with having the most valuable franchise in all of pro sports, have at it. But you probably need to change it. Well, Skip, after 28 years of doing something one way and not getting the results that you've had before, you would think, What company, Skip, will do something the exact same way? Hell, even McDonald's added chicken tenders and chicken strips now. Even Popeyes added a chicken sandwich.
Well, they have to because the competition is just cutthroat.
Okay, the competition.
I know, it's cutthroat in his league, except he could sell you back, yeah, but we're the most valuable team in the world.
Yes.
How are you the most valuable team? Well, we're the most interesting team.
Yes.
More people love and hate us than any other team in the league. So our TV ratings are #1. That's what he'd sell back to.
There are a lot of teams that's got multiple Super Bowls. As a matter of fact, got 6 of them. Since you last won 1. The Broncos got 3. The Ravens got 2. I mean, since you last won, there are a lot of teams that got Super Bowls in your division.
Yep. Okay, go this direction with me. Because you know what used to happen in Green Bay. They took the West Coast. I'm going back to your brother, like at the end of your brother's run.
Yeah.
They became a West Coast offense team because Andy Reid was a disciple of the West Coast offense.
Mike Holmgren.
It started with Bill, the great Bill Walker, close friend of mine.
Mike was up under Bill.
He was.
Coach Walker.
So it came from there.
Yes.
And remnants of it were passed down to Mike McCarthy.
Right.
Okay, my point to you is, Dak, you better be ready because they're going to change it all. They're going to go back to whatever he was calling in Green Bay, and all the language will change.
Right.
All the symbols will change.
Right.
Everything changes.
Right.
You're going to start over with a new offense, Mr. Prescott, that you've never seen before.
Because Mike McCarthy was the tight end coach under Paul Hackett in Kansas City.
Yep.
So he brought West Coast.
Paul Hackett loved Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
But anyway, he knew him from Pitt in Pittsburgh because Mike's from Pitt. Okay, go ahead.
But it seems to me, Skip, if you look at Tampa, you look at the Rams, you look at the Eagles, they added substantial talent via free agency. The Cowboys seems to be unwilling to do it that way. They want to continue to build through the draft. And that's fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. But if there's a piece, we see pieces that end up Hassan Reddick. Did he not impact the NFC Championship game? Did Von Miller the year before?
I'm just saying, Von Miller changed life for the Rams. I don't care what you say. You can tell me J. Ram. You can tell me whatever. Who else? Well, you can tell me Matt Stafford. That was a big move for them. But listen, Von Miller was the difference maker and probably would have been in Buffalo this year if he had not gotten hurt.
Look at the impact A.J. Brown had on
it is huge. Changed life.
Yeah. And you get a Bradbury.
Right.
And you get a Hassan Reddick.
Yep. Okay. I mean, look at Tampa Bay, the Succaneers. And you get Tom Brady.
You get Tom. You added Leonard Fournette, who played really well.
And Antonio Brown. Okay,
yes.
Here we go. Gronk. Okay. They went outside the draft to,
And Ndamukong Suh.
Yep.
You added key pieces.
JPP. I know. I got it. Everybody else is doing it except my team. And my team is Jerry. I got final say on the draft. I got this,
He does.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. And there are those great stats out there that the Dallas Cowboys we're going back 2 years now, but over the previous 10 years, all the way up through, it would be 2010 to 2020, Dallas drafted the second best to guess who? The Chiefs. Okay? And by the way, the Chiefs just keep that Brett Veach, he just keeps on keeping on nailing the draft.
Because all their guys they drafted are contributing. They're playing, starting.
All right, but they got one big advantage over my team. Andy Reid went up in the first round of the draft and took a quarterback who is arguably the best quarterback playing right now, and he's going to try, in your point of view, to make a GOAT case at some point because he's that talented. My quarterback is not that talented.
No.
He was a fourth-round pick who, in the biggest moments, plays like a fourth-round pick. That's the problem. I got 7 years body of work. You keep telling me he's what he is.
He is what he is.
Okay, he's middle of the pack, Dak. Okay, will play calling change that? Well, I hope so. Show me. Show me. Do it, Mike.
Well, you're definitely gonna get. You need more receivers than CD, because if you look at the West Coast, you need multiple guys, 2-3 guys that are tremendous run after the catch.
Well, speaking of
only
draft,
CD is that.
They banked heavily on their thround pick, Jalen Tolbert.
Skip the bad. Couldn't he dress?
He wasn't dressing at the end of the year. They tried and they failed. And I fear, I don't want to condemn the kid too quickly, but it feels like they swung and missed.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Well, he's going to have a bounce back. He's going to have to go back to the lab this offseason because they're counting on him. They got rid of Amari. Skip, he said he had no regrets about getting rid of Amari, but the guys that he had didn't step up. Well, you have regrets. Yeah, so you thought Noah Brown You thought Noah Brown was going to fill Amari's
Okay,
shoes.
remember, to Jerry's credit, he did get infatuated with Odell, but the problem was Odell just wasn't ready. I'm
Right.
seeing the new video of Odell,
Right.
and he looks like he's running straight ahead. God bless him.
Yeah,
but he wasn't ready to help my team this year.
Yeah, Skip. And the receivers very rarely run straight ahead. It's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of in and out. It's a lot of break, plant, cut.
A whole lot. I mean, that's more than half the battle.
Yeah.
Well,
And the
Okay, Mike.
competition in your division does not help.
well,
Skip.
we went from the
Not at
least to
all.
the beast.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I
Indeed
don't
you
think
did.
that the Eagles are going to take a step back. And the Giants look like they're coming.
I agree.
It's going to be fun to watch next season. All right, gentlemen, something else we're watching. This scoring record in the NBA, is it going down? Will LeBron pass Kareem as the all-time leading scorer this week? Let's discuss when we come back.